Oh, and there's more. If it's Venatori, I'll go out of my way to fight them. If we can get more tomes and stuff, but if not, it might be more effective to try to just... Oh, there's a rift here. Yeah, stop the problem at the root, which apparently lies with the Freeman. More last words. Things I will do on my return. Have roast boar and wine at the Black Swan. Visit Arnold at the Gilded Lily. Play Wicked Grace. Swim in Lake Celestine like I used to as a child. Sometimes focusing on this list is the only thing giving me hope.
Well, that's gruesome.
A lot of death and destruction here. People had enough time to consider that they were gonna die. I think that's a really grim part of it as well. If you just die suddenly in an accident without preparing for it, that's one thing. But judging by how many notes we found, people realized that they were locked into a unending war, and they found time to write down these last words. So they were suffering, at least mentally, for quite a bit before their actual death too. Which is not nice to hear. Suddenly, it's gotten a bit more rough here in terms of the terrain. Am I going the wrong way? Because we might not be able to get past the rocks. This might be a bad move. Hold on. Hala, lead me to the right way. Oh no! Damn it, I'm on the other side of this thing. And you know they're not gonna let me pass. You just know it. Even though it's right here. Okay, well... There's some really interesting land formations here. The mountain in the back looks like fingers. Do we want to check out this house? The house is a rift. Never mind. I'll clear it out later. We have 99 power already. We don't need to clear out rifts. This place has nice weather too. I'm glad. It felt like in the beginning we had a big long spell of just a bunch of torrential rain. It never once let up. If a place has rain, it just rains forever. That's it. Hala are everywhere. What's this? What is that? Oh.
Inquisition soldiers could clear this passage.
We can't go to the camp before we do the table. You kidding me? You kidding me? Is there really no way? Because next time we'll have to walk over here again if you're saying that's the case. Oh no, poor Hala, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Hala. No, stay away. Stay away, little buddy. Hey. Stop breathing your fire on me. I don't have a good spell for you though. All my attacks are fire and electricity. Wait, you have hollow leather? You were dropping hollow leather? Can we wrap around to the camp at least? Like, we'll get a shortcut if we... Oh, I don't think we can... Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Oh, that really sucks. How the heck did we get there then? Oh, this ain't it. This ain't it. We have to go back and then come back here again. Landmarks? Locked doors. Coal. Coal. Spirit rogue. Expert lockpicker. Stuff. Money.
If you are to fight alongside us, Cole, I expect you to follow orders. The Inquisitor believes you wish to help, but I will not allow you to threaten innocents.
Yes. Help the hurt, save the small. If I become a demon, cut me down.
Do not doubt me. I will do it.
Good.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yes. I hope you are too.
Yeah, I think Cole has been very clear about that the whole time. He wants to help. But the definition of help... Sure, for small things it might be clear-cut, but sometimes help... What does that really mean? Helping someone. If by helping someone, in the long run, it hurts them in the short term, would you still consider that helping, Cole? Things to think about. Why am I walking so slowly? Every few steps, it walks super slowly. Scout armor. Getting better. Cole, I passed up on the chance of giving Cole the better armor on purpose just because he looked so ridiculous in it. How's he looking now? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's pretty good. Vanguard mail? Oh, this is warrior only. So we can just... Yeah, we can do that. Cassandra, I think, is doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. Superb belt of staggering. So we got some remnants of castles and whatnot here. And it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to get to the camp, unless if we can wrap around somehow, but it looks a little bit unlikely. So in that case, I'm just gonna enter Fort Revasan. Oh! People? People need help? Oh, that guy's gonna die, I'm sorry. Trying my best to help you. My guy, come back! Yes, yes. Come here, attack me. Don't attack the people. All by myself. Where am I? My people are doing something else? We good? Did we save anybody at all? I think one guy died. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess that's how it is. Maybe because the guy died, so no one's here to greet me. I'm sorry. I couldn't save you in time. You could have fallen back. Back in Origins, we could heal other people. People outside of our party, but I don't think you can do that anymore, unfortunately. You can't give them barriers. Oh. We've got people here. Hi, anybody in charge I can speak to? We got a point. We can look into other stuff too. Storm. We got the bottom of it. We didn't get this side. The storm comes to your aid even without your calling it. When you are in combat, lightning will periodically strike a random nearby enemy. Seems pretty cool. And it's passive. That's nice.
Can't believe this.
The Marshal.
Maker. That was a brilliant show, Inquisitor. My men had barely been keeping the Horde at bay. Bastien Prou, Marshal of the Grand Duke's forces here in the Dales.
He's standing, one leg on the chair. Excuse me!
Why have you barricaded yourselves in here?
We had to retreat from the Western Front. The demons and undead were too much. But it's no better here. My patrols don't return, messages are lost. I've had no word from the capital in weeks. If we could regain our outposts, the ramparts, or even the garrison by the river, we can't just keep hiding. I want to die like a soldier, not cowering under a bed, praying the monsters don't get me.
If we help the efforts here, does that mean that we're implicitly helping Gaspard over Celine? It feels like it might be that way.
What else do you know about the Dales?
Shouldn't I be asking you about the Dales? You'll be interested to learn a band of your people has set up camp in the west.
Really?
I've cleared out the dead from the western ramparts.
You did? Maker's breath. There's hope for us, if the ramparts have been reclaimed. I'd alert our forces stationed outside the Dales, but the chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons. Those blasted freemen, or whatever they call themselves.
I've heard something of the Freemen of the Dales. What do you know about them?
They're a mob of traitors. Too soft for war. Thought it was a skirmish or two's and back for supper. Turns out it wasn't. And off they run to the first person to tell them their tantrums are acceptable. Now they want independence. To establish a new settlement. Ridiculous.
I shall take my leave.
Good day.
In addition to the demons and the corpses, there's also the freemen. A lot of little things going on here.
Could
Why?
use an ale right now.
Maybe not while sitting there. Investigate Riverside
Hope those dead
Garrison.
things don't come back.
So this is a new place that we can, thankfully, fast travel to. Yes, yes. Exalted Plains. There's also the Eastern Ramparts. Oh, was that part of what we were doing earlier? Like we did one side. I don't know if we did the other one. That might have been. Yeah, we vaguely saw it. I should have done it while we were there, probably. It was near the shards. I can do that next time. And then we can probably come back here, tell him, and then he'll be like, good job, here's a power for you.
Those pits are horrible.
Tired of waiting around.
Do you want to die by going outside then?
Tired of waiting around.
Fort Revasan. Do you know that Revis is the elven word for freedom? Revasan is the place where freedom dwells. One wonders why it wasn't given a more appropriate name after the reclamation of the Dales. Perhaps the adage remains true. Once one gets used to a name, it's hard to change. We know this from the constellations already. The walls in this place are ancient. I hope it holds. From the Marshal. Revasan. It's like a Japanese name. Revasan.
I hate
Hello.
waiting to die.
Sergeant. Mersalt?
Have you seen any of our fallen men out there?
Have many of you fallen?
What you see is all that's left. We were 1,000 strong once. The worst part is not knowing what happened to the men who don't come back. Deserters? Or dead? If they're dead, we've nothing to tell their families. Nothing to send home.
They'll know sooner or later.
Good luck to you.
You guys all wear these masks? Is that just an Orlais thing? Not even just to masquerade balls, you wear it regularly.
Waiting to die.
Maker be with you.
Oh, don't say that. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 8. Don and Brenikovich left his partner Jevlin at the barracks. The recruit was even more jittery after their run-in with Captain Belladonna, and although Don himself was starting to feel his limbs weighed down and aching after such a long shift, he finally had the scent of something in this case. He wouldn't let it get away. The city of Kirkwall has a legacy of collectors. It was built in ancient times by Devinters who collected suffering as if it were rare coins, and they passed on their obsession to future generations. On any street from Darktown to the Viscount's Keep, you can find someone who will always buy tapestries, or who has known every known spoon made in Navarra, or someone who hoards odd bits and scraps of historical knowledge like it's their grandmother's crockery. Which was how he found himself knocking on a brightly painted door in the alienage. Oh, guardsman! What a nice surprise! Nobody's been mugged, have they? The elf beamed up at him. She had green eyes so wide, they barely fit in her face, and she seemed to be made of nothing but elbows and knees. No muggings today, Maisie. Donnan had to duck his head slightly to get through the door. I have something you might be interested in. He handed her the letter the magistrate's wife had given him the night before. Well, this doesn't look very interesting at all. Maisie frowned, disappointed. What you have claimed belongs to greater powers. You will answer to us. That's a lot of rubbish. Not that. Look at the back. She flipped the letter over and cooed as if she found a lost puppy. Oh, just look at you. You're just perfect. Maisie? Donnan spoke in a loud, firm voice, trying to remind her he was still in the room. Whose seal is it? Oh, it's the Executor's, of course. Maisie peered excitedly at the wax seal, holding it up to the window for better light. I should have guessed it from the silly, great powers nonsense. There's only been one example on the letter claiming responsibility for the assassination of Queen Madrigal in 599, and this one is so much better. Just look at that imprint. Oh, she's like an expert on wax seals. Any idea how I contact these executors? Donan asked. Oh, they're not real, of course. Everyone knows that. The trail goes cold again. Just when we thought we were getting somewhere. They knew to use a fictional seal. Oh, I wish I could get that through the walls. Would make things a little bit more convenient. How do we... Oh. Tricky. It wasn't even anything good. Probably. So we have various people here. Marshal Proul sent a patrol in the hopes of reclaiming Riverside Garrison. No word has been heard since. I get the impression it would be a good idea for us to go back to the war table at least, to clear out that one place so we can have access to the camp first. Yeah, and instead of doing this all in a row, yeah, we can go back and maybe let's actually go to Val Royeaux this time. We still have some companion stuff waiting for us. Solus is waiting for this as well. Let me go back quickly then. And just get it set up. Red Templars on the Storm Coast. I get the impression, probably for clearing out the thing, Cullen will be the right one, right? We don't have to think too hard about it.
The offer was the best we could do.
And of course they said no.
They want to choke us. They think we're too remote to do anything about it.
Shame they're wrong.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I thought it was Bianca again. It looked like Bianca. Josephine, I will go to Val Royeaux very soon. Like, very soon, okay?
Let's speak later. Goodbye.
Like, immediately after this. Immediately after I set up the war table. Not everyone's done yet. I think 2 people are done. We gotta remember which one it was too. Around here, maybe? Gain access to Gillanane's Grove? Oh, this isn't a... Yeah, this isn't a timed one. Elven ruins, ancient, largely structurally unsound. Mortar damp and crumbling, recent damage to load-bearing walls, claw marks.
It was unusual. Is he always so blunt?
Yes.
Is that the report talking about the angry Varguests? I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because he was trying to give Liliana crap about it, about the whole... It was trying to find a water source. Task: clear loose rubble and reinforce collapsed passageway for safety. 10 strong workers, 2 junior engineers, 2 guards for security, 3 wagon loads of squared oak beam, 170 kegs of brown ale. Okay. The passageway is clear and safe. Access to the grove restored. 170 kegs of ale, not nearly enough for 15 hard-working Inquisition men and women. One sec. Can we... Ambassador Montelier. Duke Antoine, this is about investigating the Duke from Wycombe. Duke Antoine has been a most charming and gracious host, and has made himself a friend, indeed, to the Inquisition. His city is a wonder, and he was quite keen to display some of the improvements he has made recently. Of particular note are the wells, which use a red crystal to purify the water from which all humans in the city drink. Duke Antoine has not yet made these improvements to the wells from which the elves and the alienage drink. The Duke assures me that the concerns about some sort of disease affecting his city are wholly overblown, and has quite convinced me that his plans to rid the city of the rats causing the problem should be underway quite soon. I continue to enjoy my visit to Wycombe, and I confess that I hope I do not hear the noisy clatter of the Inquisition's armored troops, ruining my quiet afternoons. The elves of Clan Lavalin, by contrast, are quiet, like their poor cousins here in Wycombe's alienage, and it might be a welcome change to my daily regime to see them in the future. Yours in haste. Wait, there's red lyrium going on here. Are you kidding me? Stop purging. We don't have everyone available. Josephine not coming. Okay. Delen. The nobles of Wycombe grow more agitated by the day. They clearly blame us and the elves and the alienage for some disease that has stricken the humans of the city, and I've seen their scouts watching our new camp with predators as eyes. Some of the elves of Wycombe fled their alienage to warn us. Others fled to escape the harsh treatment they are suffering in the city. I fear violence will come soon, Ellen. I ask your help in this matter. Liliana is busy. Josephine's diplomat advised against direct force. Well, if the diplomat advised against direct force, I would want to do Liliana. I think we should probably wait for her to come back. I know there's red lyrium, but we can deal with that afterwards. Liliana's still on some other mission right now. Celebrating dragon slaying. Such sheen to her scales, a beauty indeed. Your gift will allow my imagination to take flight. Oh, such things I have dreamed of crafting for so long. In return, Heron will send all my collected notes, a bit scattered perhaps, but maybe your own smiths will find them of use. Superb amulet of power, willpower. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Heron. This one was Liliana and Josephine, or Josephine only. Report from Antiva delivered to Liliana. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far, they have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among Antivan royalty. If we approach him without proof, he will bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Liliana wants to send agents over to his house. Josephine has a cousin in Rialto. Oh, to make his house clear for Liliana's agents. That seems like a double kind of thing then. Wouldn't we want to do them both?
Inquisitor.
Okay. Cullen is still free right now, right? Oh yes, amulet. Of course, we gotta do that one soon as well. There is so much going on everywhere. Outfitting the crew. While I would never question the wisdom of the Inquisitor in such a contentious time, if we are to insist on relying on mercenaries acting in our names, I would ask that they represent us properly. We can't be seen to employ the poorly equipped in the Inquisition. More exactly, I cannot. I humbly request permission to outfit the crew Sutherland leads. Heavy armor? Look hidden? Influence? What, so like money or something? This one sounds like it doesn't really matter. Okay.
To work?
Yep. And then I think we should... Yeah, let's go to Val Royeaux. Josephine's been waiting. Actually, go to Val Royeaux. We can go back and investigate the grove afterwards. He's been waiting a long time, and so has Solus. Yeah, we'll go back to the Exalted Plains for that as well. So, of somewhat fallen fortune, Josephine's messengers have been murdered. Comte Boisvert claims to have information that could lead to the identity of the murderers. Meet Josephine and Val Royeaux. Where is she? She's over there. Doesn't matter who we bring? Are we fighting? We're not fighting people today. I wish I could bring Liliana. Because, you know, she's friends with Josephine and all. In absence of that, maybe some people who are good at the game. Cassandra. Dorian, I feel like, would be good at the game too, if he cared. But he doesn't. Bit of a weird party. Oh, two mages and a... You know what? Let's do it. We haven't done any weird combinations lately. 4 mages, 1 mage, 3 rogues, 1,000,000 warriors, all tanks, just me ranging. Could try those too.
Stand not so close.
Why? What's going on here? You guys look the same. Are you twins? Maybe that's why he's saying stand not so close. Oh. Is that a separate thingy? Guess we'll find out.
Those who had been cast down, the demons who would be gods, began to whisper to men from their tombs within the earth. And the men of Tevinter heard
oh, it's the chantry stuff again. We've heard this before. We need to pick the right quest first. Cassandra has multiple things happening, huh? Whereas Josephine, we can do Vivian's thing pretty soon too. If we just go back to the Exalted Plains, we could do it. Wait, where is Josephine's thing? It's not, oh, it's actually not in the inner, it's right here. Just missed it.
And the gods once more.
Oh,
in return,
this wasn't open before.
In hushed whispers.
At least I've never been in here. Hi. What do you buy? Oh, you sell crafting materials. Very cool. Canary glass. Oh, is this for Skyhold customization? I don't think yeah, I vaguely know what Skyhold looks like now, so we could try changing some things up to see if it's any different. I'm not gonna buy any for now, though. Cool. Wow, did I just never notice this one house here? Royal Rest of Orlais, a plaque reads, "Here at the heart of the bazaar, we offer the finest artisanal pieces for the boudoir. Both shop and museum, our merchandise is modeled on the tastes of our most glorious rulers of the past. Rest well, compatriots. Rest, Nation Orlais." When you look at Val Royeaux, the capital city, it feels like things are still relatively stable, but if you just go a little bit out into the wilderness, you know that, wow, actually there's a civil war going on. 3 Little Empresses. Simple bunks in the style of the 3 Little Empresses, the triplets who were not triplets, humble in their youths, but a symbol of something more sinister. It was rumored that Empress Maurice, 619 to 643 Steel, had given birth to 1 child, but adopted 2 lookalikes to protect the lineage from assassination. Wise in a way, but it presented other problems, if we're to believe the outcome of the popular children's skipping rhyme that we associate with the time. 3 Little Empresses, which of them is true? A simple glass of almond tea and now there's only 2. Oh god. 2 Little Empresses, which will be undone. A dagger from beneath a cloak and now there's only 1. 1 little Empress child reaping what was sown. Only she knows which she was and now she's on the throne. You might have inadvertently gotten some random child the position of being an empress and gotten your own kid killed. That's hard. A lookalike is gonna want the actual power.
It's the grand ball in the Winter Palace, you stumbling fool.
Is that why I've had nothing but silks on my back for days now?
One must be on their best behavior if one is to be seen and to profit.
All for your pretty empress.
In the midst of war, civil and otherwise, oh no. I dress for everyone.
People know there's a war. It's just that this is the capital. This is the where Selene is strongest. If the capital were chaotic, that would be a pretty bad sign for Selene.
Good day.
How are you all?
Smile upon you.
Oh, it's just a shop. Oh, okay. Actually, I want to check out that shop again. Hey, Josephine, 1 second. I'm just gonna randomly buy a few schematics and see maybe if it helps.
Welcome. Thanks to your investment, I have all manner of runners scouring the wake of your adventures.
Am I leaving stuff on the ground for you to pick up or something? Should I just start buying a whole bunch? I can't actually afford that much though. Yeah, because some of them are a little pricey. I'll buy a few maybe. Armor schematics, weapon schematics. What's good, what's not? Because I assume, for example, these are all tier 2 pommels. Do I need all 3? I probably only need 1. But which one? There's no stats on it. So it's a little bit difficult for me to tell anything. Battle mage armor. Okay, I'll buy 1 and see how it goes. I'll be sure to check it out back at the Skyhold. You teleported. Oh! Wait, there's 2 of you!
An impressive title, Inquisitor. Would you spend like it?
Doesn't mean I'm rich. Who are you?
Please, have a look. Perhaps I've secured something that you missed in your rush to save us all.
It's gotten to the point that we've saved people that I don't even remember. As long as you're happy. There's another job here. I don't think I ever looked at this one. Tonics. Yeah, I've been making a lot of use of that. These are codexes, was it? I think so. Like I heard that there's a shop that you can buy codexes from. The ones that we missed from locations. Oh my gosh, there's so many. A nutty affair. Therenfall Redoubt. Oh, because we didn't go to these places. We read it on the other path though. Some of these. I will leave it alone for now because we haven't even dealt with the ones that are already in our codex. Hi, Josephine. Sorry for the wait.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert has invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
Fancy. I'm not dressed for the occasion. Am I making you look bad, Josephine? I hope not.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montily's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassins' League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
Wow. Who would make them do that? Why would they be sworn to do that?
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royeaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
I'm more surprised that the House of Repose is able to fulfill a contract over 100 years after it was first signed. Damn, they got a pretty good reputation then, huh?
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I also feel like they should probably look into putting some small words at the bottom of the contract though. Expiry date, 50 years. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a million contracts that all are unlimited in time, and then you're not gonna have enough people to do all of that crap. Oh, are we gonna kill them? They're just assassins, right? So kind of like the Antivan Crows, but House of Repose.
I'll do what I can to stop these attacks, Josephine.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I think I may know how. The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed.
Oh.
Not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets.
Are you from Lum?
But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
It's already confirmed. We don't even have to ask.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montily's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
The House of Repose has some nerve sending a killer to greet us.
Hardly anyone in the League isn't trained for this, Inquisitor. The contract on Lady Montily's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, Monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck.
Are we letting him leave?
I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
To be fair, he did not have to give us this warning. He didn't have to. He could have just tried to kill Josephine.
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
The guild's reputation would suffer because the person who contracted you would go around telling everybody, hey, this guild didn't do what I told them to do, but the whole family's dead already. Who's gonna even know that you had this contract to begin with? No one alive currently, it's 100 years old. Actually, no human alive, not sure about elf and dwarven lifespans, but elves live a lot longer, right? But this guild, I'm assuming most Orlesians are probably humans, human-dominated. It's fine. Josephine seems okay with it too.
Go then.
Good day, your worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
This is like a thriller.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Okay.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Boisvert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
Not me, right? Because hilariously, this is the one time I didn't bring a rogue. You're gonna do it? I'll see you back in Skyhold then, Josephine? Interesting, a two-parter. Okay, I'll see you then, Josephine. Oh, okay.
I would have been merciful with the mayor. He made a difficult decision.
That's because you wouldn't have had family in his way.
I might have had family in the Blight's way.
We all did. Hard to remember that.
Far too hard.
I think I was plenty merciful. I didn't even kill him. What else do you want? Josephine?
He likes them. Truly?
Very much, Lady Ambassador.
It's just butter and sugar. Ferelden taste is so... simple.
Just because it's complicated doesn't make it any better.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
Between our soldiers and spies, Skyhold's safer than anywhere else in Thedas.
Yet the problem persists. I've tracked down the last deux paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
The bureaucratic route.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
You're assuming that the other family, the stragglers of whoever remains, they would actually be willing to annul the contract? They could very well be thinking, well, I don't know why my family from 100 years ago hated you, your family, but I'm gonna keep the contract anyway, just for funsies. Oh, so this can go either way. This is just delaying it, right? Well, does anyone else have anything to say?
Give me some time to think this over.
I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the deux paraquets will solve this.
She's like, yeah, sure, girl.
First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
If we want to do the war table, we can. It says optional, but if you dispatch Liliana's assassins, then Josephine's thing, you can't do it anymore, right? It's one or the other, is my understanding. It's Josephine's thing, so I think I'm happy to do what she wants to do. I'm sure Liliana will have some... Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the description here. It says optional, but I do feel like this is it's not optional. It's one or the other, right? We usually do the Liliana kind of thing. It's killing people, blah, 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 blah. So I think it would be a nice change of pace to try the Josephine route too. Oh, all of our contracts are done, by the way. Outfitting the crew, a note from the quartermaster. Thank you for the indulgence. I've outfitted Sutherland and his small crew and equipment more appropriate to agents of the Inquisition. Given their humble origins, it's doubtful they have ever seen the like. Influence. Good. Nightingale. We removed the dwarf from his home in Hightown. Worthy? He had another manuscript in progress, which we burned, doused in acid, and threw into the sea. Apparently, he has a beef with Varric for setting up the champion of Kirkwall with another runecrafter. He ranted about better beards and true dwarves, and then declared himself the greatest writer in Thedas, at which point Fletcher laughed so hard she started choking. That dwarf is a menace. And he claims he didn't send a note to Skyhold. Cooper. Oh, got a grip. Are we done then? I guess so. It was just a random guy. Jealous. But if he didn't send the note, then who did? Sister Liliana on investigating Lord Enzo of Antiva. Our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than bind to their philosophy. He's been arranging to send their volunteers to Red Lyrium mines. As they took these people from Rialto's poor, more unfortunate residents, few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Hercynia in the Free Marches. It seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason. Liliana writes below. Have our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run cold. Okay. Gonna ignore all that for now. Try to find where the Josephine one is. There's a lot of new ones. Where is it? There's so many. The name... Oh, destroying the House of Repost's contract. Liliana wants to send her spies to find the contract on Josephine's life. With the destruction of the physical contract, the House of Repose will have no reason to keep sending assassins after her. Infiltrating the House of Repose, however, will take time and possibly several lives. High risk? Fastest way. But it's gonna be a war table, which means I'm not doing anything by myself. No, let's do the Josephine one then. Yeah. Alright. Any quick ones I can... Let's clear up the Ferelden side, maybe. Offer from the Crows. Stop purge of Wycomb's elves. Listen to Josephine's diplomat. Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
The death of good Sir Ruth. The disgraced Grey Warden Sir Ruth wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Roads, so that her premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Deep Roads comes with a considerable risk. An escort is simple. We can't do Liliana though. I could also arrange to note her exact path. Should you also wish to recover her body? Our soldiers could escort the Warden, but they might not stop at the escorting. I suggest an invitation over an escort. Our dwarven contacts would welcome the chance to bolster their forces with a Warden on her calling. Let's do this one.
Inquisitor.
And then... we need... I think Dorian, we were waiting for someone non-Cullen, right? Because this is like a soldier. Former Templar skilled at hunting mages. This is hunting Venatori. Yeah, let's be a little bit cautious about that. Red Templars on the Storm Coast. Let me find a Cullen one. Commander, our work continues in the approach. It's a difficult post, but our soldiers are determined to represent the Inquisition as best they can. Morale flags at times, but we manage. Simple comforts. Give them a good meal. Proper shoes. A library. Any one of these is probably okay.
All right.
Proper meal is, I think, important. Alright. Apologies for the interruption, Josephine. Let's get back to your stuff. The way that she wants to do it is definitely... Well, it's the long way, but it's the way that she wants to do it.
Sister Liliana says the guests are on their way. The last inheritances are discovered, and taupe is not a spring color. Good. Tell her we've prepared their best stateroom. The inheritors will be contacted, and yes, it absolutely is.
I don't know what color taupe is. Can I look it up? Hold up. What? It's like beige. Spring color? I might have to side with Liliana on that one. That's more like a... To me, it's more like an autumn color.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
Why did the Duparaquets hate the Montiliers so much they set up a permanent assassination watch?
There's not much more beyond what I mentioned before. A Montilier and a Duparaquet fell in love.
Oh.
A young couple, pledged elsewhere, attempted to elope. The whole thing ended so violently, it's a wonder any survived. It's fortunate the Duparaquet's descendants hold no grudges.
What if the Duparaquets refuse to aid you?
I've already contacted the Duparaquets, Inquisitor. They're ready to help us.
She
It will
is
be a
fast.
long road, but a lordship is a chance to restore a proud lineage to their heirs. Besides, I've promised them a heavy bag of coin once this is over.
Do we have to worry about your family, aside from you? Are you the only one getting targeted?
Are you sure the House of Repose will forget this assassin contract on a farmer's signature?
It's perfectly legal. In Val Royeaux's noble circles, a written word is a bond. Besides, the guild would never risk being so unspeakably crass.
These assassins are afraid of being seen as impolite.
Breaking one's public oath or bond implies a certain poverty in Orlais. A common merchant may lack the resources or manners to fulfill a debt, but among the guilds, it would be shameful.
Social poverty.
How exactly does one turn farmers into members of the upper classes?
There are procedures for granting honored citizens of the Empire the title of Lord or Lady. Very long procedures. And so much paperwork. I've called in a substantial number of favors just to cut through half of it.
Would this be easier, or trying to become a paragon in Orzammar? Both are pretty hard.
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Duparaquets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparaquets as lords.
Oh, these are war table missions as well. Oh, Josephine? I guess maybe because she's not a full-on companion, it's not going to be like a, hey, let's go here and do a thing kind of thing. I just sent people on war table missions. Okay, I guess we have to, we have to wait till people come back. Alright. For now, let's go back to the Exalted Plains and oh, you know what? Actually, I did see there was a get rid of Red Templars at the Storm Coast mission that was power-based, not time-based. Can we do that one? Hey! Red Templars on the Storm Coast.
I've arranged an accord between the Marquis and the Dowager. Wonder of wonders. Perhaps they can be useful to us after all.
Reports indicate that Red Templars have taken over an old dwarven port on the Storm Coast, granting them a foothold in Ferelden as well as easy access to the Waking Sea. The port itself provides a strong defense from outside attack. A full assault by our soldiers might eventually yield results, but not without high casualties. A smaller group may have better luck infiltrating their stronghold. Forces. Small initial attacks could secure the surrounding area and distract Templars from our larger plan or secrets. We don't want to draw any attention too soon. Find another way to enter the stronghold without alerting the Red Templars. Let's do that. We're not doing this. Our agents have acquired access to the Red Templars' foothold on the Storm Coast. The Templars feel themselves secure. It's time to prove them wrong. New area unlocked. We can go with No, we should bring Varric today. Varric? Varric and who? I want to bring Cole around. I feel like he has stuff to say. Okay. Guess we're going back to a standard party. No, that's 2 rogues. 2 rogues and a mage. 2 rogues, 2 mages, no tanks. Let's go!
We cannot allow the Red Templars to maintain a foothold here.
Yes, where are we? The Storm Coast. Red Water. Small group of soldiers were dispatched to investigate the port. The ports give a Red Templar a foothold. Keeping Darkspawn down. A surprising number of Darkspawn are surfacing on the Storm Coast, and it's up to the Inquisition to put them down. Seal the tunnels. Yes, this is exactly where I thought, yeah, can we get past it now? Because last time we were at the cave entrance and it was just not even openable. We could go to the camp directly, or... Let's do this one right here. There are some Darkspawn tunnels right here. Am I going the right way? Let's keep going this way. Are we gonna be okay? We don't have a warrior today.
It's over.
Did someone just die? Without me having done anything? It seems like it. We just got a bunch of Darkspawn Codex entries. Weird. Your experience with finding and pointing out enemy vulnerabilities gives the entire party a better chance to land a critical hit. Yeah. Do you still want me to do something? People here?
The waking sea. Somewhere across all that water is Kirkwall.
You miss it.
Yeah, kid. I do.
Yeah. Vivienne? Oh, I suddenly got confused for a second here. Let's go, let's go. Wait, what is this then? Tunnels sealed. So you're expecting me to go here to seal this place? It looks plenty sealed already. Feel like we're just storing the spider's nest here. Oh god, okay. Hopefully nothing weird happens with the pathfinding in here again. These caves seem to create some problems. Oh, I gotta do barriers for people and all that. It's so dark. It's a big place. How do we seal the tunnel? I thought we would just collapse it from the entrance, but clearly it looks like that might not be the case. I think we got multiple of these too. These caves. Well, somebody was here. Look, this is time magic, isn't it? Oh, that's how we seal it. That's it. Okay, I see. Oh, God! What were you doing? All your friends were gone. Okay, preliminarily, 2 rogues, 2 mages against spiders. Seems like it's working out okay. And that's it for now.